Hi guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how to make the Easter basket using this 10-inch wooden base along with some macrame cord. I am using Ganxxet's 4mm single cotton string. I will be showing you how to make this multicolored Easter basket. So if you're ready and you have your materials, let's get started. Okay, so grab your 8mm hook, crochet hook, and we are going to start with the white color first. So we need to create a slip knot. So to do that, I just loop around my fingers twice. I grab my crochet hook, I come through the back, over the middle, grab the other one, pull it through, and there's your slip knot. I do have another tutorial on how to just create a slip knot if you need help with this, but if not, we will continue. So put your cord to the side, and we're gonna go in through every hole and we're gonna do a single crochet. So grab your hook, insert it through the hole, grab your yarn over, pull it through. Now you have 2 on your hook, and then yarn over one more time and pull through both. And this is your first single crochet, and we're going to do the same into every stitch. So we're going to insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now you have 2, yarn over, pull through both. So we're going to continue to do this all the way around in each hole. Whether your base, whether you got an 8-inch round base, a 10-inch round base, this one is a 10-inch round base, or an 11-inch round base, it will be the same. So I don't want to count every hole because you can alter this pattern also. So let's just continue to do single crochets all the way around, and then I'll meet you back on this side. Okay, so if you guys single crocheted into each hole, it should start to look like this. Okay, like this. So I have one more. So let me single crochet, insert the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. I have 2, yarn over, and pull through both. Okay, so now that we completed that last single crochet, in this round, I'm going to swap colors. So I'm going to grab my toast, and I will leave a little tail, like so, leave a tail. Fold it in half, and I'm going to grab onto that half with the hook. So onto the top of the first stitch of that round right here, we are going to insert our hook, and we're going to grab that new color, okay? And we're going to pull it through that first stitch and then through our other stitch where we did the single crochet. And now we're just going to tighten on the white cords, because if you don't tighten it, it will be loose. And then with our long cord of the toast, not the short tail, but the long tail, we will chain 1. So chain 1. And now this is going to be our new color we work with. So now what you can do with your longer white one that we were working with first, we can cut. So see how those tails are like that? So we'll measure about the same and cut the white cord. Okay? So once we've cut the white cord, we can start working with just the toast. So in this round, you can either, I'm going to drag these along, but if you are a beginner, you are more than welcome to sew these later, so you can put them to the side and only work with this long side. But I will bring them along, so then it's easier for me to snip. So what we're going to do with that toast is continue to single crochet. So let's single crochet into that same stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 2, yarn over, pull through those first 2. Okay, do the same into the next stitch. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. So we're going to do this all the way around again in our new toast color. So just continue to do that all the way around. And as you can see, and the more that I'm doing single crochets, and dragging the other cord along because I'm going over it. See, and it's just staying in the middle. It's just going in there and getting dragged along, and then I'll just come in and snip it later to where I don't have to weave it in. But whatever works for you. So just single crochet into every stitch all the way around. And once you get to the other side, over here, I'll meet you over here. Okay, now that I single crocheted all the way around, look, it's starting to form. It's so pretty. I have a few more, 2 more to do, so let me do the last single crochets. And then we're going to do the same. We're going to slip stitch into the top of this stitch. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through that hook or hole, put through that stitch, and then pull through this stitch as well, like that, and then chain 1. Now we could start the 3rd row. So for the 3rd row, we're going to do the same thing. So single crochet into the same stitch, and then we're going to single crochet all the way around the same into this color, and then when we get over here, I'm going to show you how to add another color. So let's continue to single crochet all the way across, or all the way around, should I say. And then it just starts to slowly build. See? Starting to build up. So pretty. So continue to do that. And you can do this in any color that you love, like, want to make. I mean, the color options are endless. So single crochet into every stitch, and make sure that you are going into both, okay? That's also very important. Okay, now that I made it all the way around that 3rd row with the toast color, I'm going to single crochet 1 more into that last one, and now we're going to add in our oat color. So to add in our oat color, we're going to do the same thing we did to the toast. So grab a tail, fold it in half. This is my oat color. Okay, so what we're going to do is slip stitch into here. So the first stitch from that round, we're going to insert our hook, and then we're going to grab that oat into the hook. We're going to pull it through that one and pull it through this one, and then we're going to tighten the cords from the back, and then chain 1. Now we added the oat, so now we can come in and cut that toast. Leave a little tail as well. Okay, so now we can move everything out the way or drag it along, whichever you prefer. And now we're working with this long oat tail. So after we had chained 1, we're going to single crochet into the same stitch, single crochet into the next stitch, and into each stitch all the way around. Just single crochets. If you do need help on single crochet, you guys can rewind this to like just the single crochet part to get comfortable with that, or I do have another tutorial just simply on how to single crochet, so you're more than welcome to check that out under my channel, and it will help you on doing the single crochets, and as much as you practice, you'll get even faster. So let's continue with oat, single crochet all the way around. So now that I am almost to the beginning of that, I'm going to single crochet into that last stitch, and we are going to slip stitch into the first stitch of that round with the same oat color. We're going to do 1 more row of just oat single crochets. We want to do 2 in those 2 colors, and then the rest we'll do them on white, so it'll be super pretty. So continue to single crochet into that same stitch, and in each stitch all the way around. Repetition. This basket is just purely repetition. So just continue to single crochet all the way around. And then you can just see it's just building. It's getting higher and higher. That's our goal. So single crochet all the way around, and I'll meet you back on this side. Okay, now that we're finishing up that oat color, I'm going to single crochet into that last stitch. Now I'm going to grab the white again. Here's the white cord. I'm going to fold that in half, leaving a little tail. I'm going to insert the hook, the top of this stitch, first stitch from the round. So insert my hook, and then I'm going to grab that white, pull it through, and pull it through again. Pull it through both. Now I'm going to tighten on that oat. We want to tighten and then chain 1. And we added in that white. So now we can cut a tail on that oat. Okay, and then now, so we're going to single crochet into the same stitch. Single crochet into the next stitch. And continue to do that all the way around, just single crochets. Okay, we're finishing up that 6th row of single crochets. So single crochet into that last one. Now I'm going to slip stitch into the first chain of that round with the same color. So just slip stitch and then chain 1. Now we're on row 7. So we're going to single crochet into that same stitch and then into the next stitch and each stitch all the way around. So let's just continue the repetition of this pattern. And then I will meet you back after you single crocheted 1 more row, the 7th row, and I'll meet you back again over here. Okay, now we're almost done with the 7th row. Let's single crochet into that last stitch. And we will slip stitch again into the top stitch of that row. And then chain 1. Now after we did the 7th row, we're going to do 1 more row single crochet, but this is where I add in the 16 gauge wire. I buy mine at Home Depot. Okay, so I'm adding in my 16 gauge. I'm just going to measure around the brim of the basket. So, and then I like to leave a little bit extra just in case. And then the wire is bendable, so you can definitely bend it just to make sure it's the perfect size. See, this is a little too long, so I'm just gonna shrink it a little bit. And once I get the perfect size, I will leave a little bit extra, so I'll cut over here. And then I can always cut it if it's too long when I'm already almost done with it. I can make it shorter as well. So with leaving a little bit extra, I'd rather have enough than not enough. So this is what's cool with the wire is it's bendable, so you can get it perfectly round if you need to. So I just I like to measure it. If I have it extra, I'll just cut that later. So we are going to start crocheting with this. So what I do like to do is I like to just start where it's not connected, because then I can rotate this. So I'll just grab one of the back ends right here and I will start crocheting around it. So let's insert our hook into that same stitch, and then we're going to place the wire here, and then with our cord we are going to yarn over the metal like that so it's fitting in, and then we're going to finish that single crochet. Okay, so let's do that again. Make sure your cord is on top also, because when we insert our hook and we go to grab it, it also wraps around the wire at the same time, so keeping it in there. So continue to single crochet, making sure that your wire starts going in. See? And then when we get closer to the end over here, I will show you how to tuck in that wire. Sometimes I'll add glue where the ends are inside of the cord. Super glue, Gorilla Glue, so that way it stays intact and it does not move. That's just another form of sealing it. So continue just single crocheting all the way around, making sure that you are going around that wire, okay? So let's just continue single crocheting, and I'll meet you over here to finish this off. Okay, really quick before I start getting to this side, when you start like working with it where you're not working with the ends, start rotating them to where this one wire meets the very first stitch, and then you can bend these in to start making the shape, because then when you get over here, you're gonna have to start crocheting over the ends. So that way it's not like this and you're trying to do it over here on this side. Start rotating the wire to the front. Okay, so let's continue our single crochet up until we get to that point. This is your final round of completing your basket base. So continue. Okay, we're almost there. Okay, so now you just want to keep checking, make sure it's starting to go perfectly. Sometimes you can bend your wire. We can even cut some of this so it's not too long. So you see the front over here? So we can cut about right here-ish. This is why I tell you to leave a little. We can always cut it later. You just want to make sure you have more than enough than not enough. So now we already got to where it's going to connect for us right here. So let's finish single crocheting right here. And now we're getting to one of the end points. So I always tuck it in, push it all in like this, cinch it all together, and try to wrap both of those wires together as you crochet. This can be a little tricky, but this is what keeps the basket nice and up, where it's not like sagging down. So this is very crucial. Okay, so make sure that your wire is in. Make sure one's not popping out or anything. You can adjust as you go, and look at, there's one end right here. So we're gonna just slip stitch into the first stitch of that round, and then we're gonna cut off. Okay, see? And then cut a tail, because we're gonna need to weave this in. So then pull, and now we can weave this in. You can weave in all your remainder cords, or if you drag them along like me, we can just cut them. So right here is where you can, with the wire, it's cool because it's flexible. Like, you can smash it in, smash it out. Try to make it all one nice circle. So you could do that now, you could do it after you weave it in. This is also optional after you weave in and cut. Super glue. So I can, sometimes I fix how I want the circle. I'll put one end into the other end, the wire, and I'll add glue on the inside here, hold it, and then that would be latched on. And then same for this side. Find the other piece and add a little super glue in. You won't even see it. And then that will keep it all together. So I'll go ahead and do that after this. I won't do that on camera though. It's a little tricky for me to do it on camera. But as you can see, once you fix it, it becomes a nice circle. So let's start weaving in. Grab your tapestry needle. Let me find mine right here. So insert your tapestry needle. Okay, so weaving in, I always weave to the left. So once you put your tapestry needle onto your yarn, or your yarn into your tapestry needle, we will just weave in and out a couple times. And then I like to come down the middle. All the way down close to the bottom. And then I'll cut it. See, like there. Then I'll cut that piece. And then I'll cut everything else. Try not to cut the actual yarn from the other side. just the tails. Okay, now once you did all that, here is your base with the nice wooden bottom. Here it is. And now we are going to work on the handles. Okay, so now for the handles, that 16 gauge wire, we're going to use that. I already pre-cut this. I cut a little more that I'm going to use, and I'm going to have to cut it again, but I'd rather have more than not enough. So we're going to just, before you pre-cut, you want to measure kind of down here how high you're going to want your handle, a little lower, like you can estimate as you go, and we're going to attach it. Okay, so we're going to need some pliers. Okay, so I grabbed these wire cutters or pliers. Not sure what these are called, but I'm going to use these. It's my husband's. So for this small basket, depending whether you did 10 inch, 11 inch, you're going to kind of want to add the handle. Here's the middle, and eyeball, like here's your middle, kind of eyeball where it's going to go. For me, it seems like right here, one of these two. So I will just attach it under this one just to be safe. And again, once you add this in, you can always take it out if it looks off to you. And we're going to come in the inside. Let me fix this camera. Come in the inside, and we're going to curve it. So grab the bottom, pull it up as tight, as close as you can get it to the basket, and then curve that inward just to hook it for now. Okay, so now that I finished eyeballing it, you can take a look back, and you can see that's about the middle. I can already tell this is going to be too long. I'm going to end up cutting it, but that's totally fine. You want to hit the middle on the other side too. So maybe count your stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I put it 14, so let's count over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And put it under that first stitch, under here for 14. And see if that looks like it's in the middle. No, it looks a little off to me. So let's go a couple more stitches over. And then that looks more centered to me. And then just keep looking at it, eyeball it if it looks good. Let's see what happens if I go one backward. No, it's off. Okay, so for this side, this looks about more middle. This is stitch number 16. So it's like 2 off from the other one, but that could be from the middle stitch. So let's see. Let's see if that kind of fits the middle. It looks like the middle to me. As good as we're gonna get. So now we're gonna do the same thing. So on this side, you can actually cut a lot of that length. So I could start bending it forward, and then you can see kind of start shaping it, the handle. And then you can cut and then put it inward on this side. So I'm going to start now. I'm going to cut a little bit off. Be careful when you're cutting, because like that thing can fly. Okay, now that I cinched this side inward, I can kind of get more or less an idea. That's my handle. Still looks too big for me, so you can always uncinch it, cut some more. So I uncinched it. I'm gonna put it in now, make it a little bit smaller. See, like that's way better right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut some more and then cinch it in again. Who says craftsmanship is easy? This is some technique right here, guys. Okay, so that's a better size I like. So now it's a little floppy, wonky right now, but once we start doing the knots with your yarn to also make the handle. So let's see. So of the same white color or any color, you can totally customize this. We're gonna cut 2 strands 16 feet long. Okay, we're gonna use 2 strands 16 feet long. And with one side, we are going to leave a little bit of tail because we're going to need to weave in. So a little bit of tail, and we're going to run it up the wire because this is going to be the middle, and it has to stay the exact length because this won't move the middle cord, okay? So until we get to the other side, and then we're going to grab it and put it in half. And now we're going to insert it to one side, okay? So on one side, we're going to see the hook is right here. So we have to put a cord into this side and a cord into this side. So put your crochet hook from where you cinch that middle, grab it, pull it through, and do it to the other one. Grab that middle and pull it through also. And make sure that the longer side, like the longer, or not the longer, I'm sorry, the shorter middle, make sure that the shorter middle cord is in the middle. You want the long one on the outside, and like here's the middle, it's on the outside, so I just rotate it, and now, oops, rotate it, and now the middle one is the short one, okay? Does that make sense? And then we're gonna open that up and fish that cord all the way through, making sure that the short end is in the middle. Okay. And now that we ran all that through, it's like a knot like this, a lark's head knot. We're gonna do the same thing with the other one. Make sure that the short side is in the middle. So the shorter end. So the shorter end is right here on the outside. So we just rotate it so it's in the middle. And do the same thing. Fish all that through. Because we're going to be working with the outside cord. Okay, so both have a lark's head knot. And then it's easier for me to do this on the table, so I'm going to try really hard to do this on a right here where you guys can see, but it is a little hard. So what we're going to do is a spiral knot. Okay, spiral. So we do the same repetition, the same knot over and over, and it starts to spiral on its own. So let's start that. The middle two cords will always stay in the middle. These do not move, okay? You just drag them with you. So with the right cord, we're gonna go over to the left side. And then this left cord, you have to hold all of these together. So the left cord is going to go under that right cord, under the two middle ones, and over to this side, this hole over here. And then that cord, we're dragging it through. The left one, we're dragging it all the way to the right. And this will be your first knot, okay? And then tighten. We're going to do that again. We're going to grab the right cord, put it over to the left, over the wire, grab these two. The left cord, we're going to go under that right cord, under the two middle, and over to the right side. And pull that all the way through. Okay. And then tighten. Tighten the right and the left. The middle ones stay in the middle. And continue to do that. It's basically like a backward number 4. So go 2 in the middle. So the right one go over to the left. The left one go under that right one, under the two middle, over to the right. And if you still need help with this, I do have a tutorial on how to make a spiral wristlet, which is the same technique under my channel. So if you need help with that, you can go check that out. That will definitely help you with this spiral. But if not, you can pause, replay until you can get a better hang of it. Totally up to you. And you're going to repeat this all the way till you get to the whole other side. So just continue to do that, because you'll start to notice the more that you create, it starts to spiral on its own. See? See, it's going and it's starting to spiral. So you keep going, and then you'll just turn it as you go, just remembering where you're at. So this is tedious, but it will make the basket even more beautiful. It will give it a spiral effect. You could even alter this, customize it if you're a little bit more experienced, and just make this a square knot all the way. and it would be a straight handle. If you want to learn how to do a square knot, I also have a wristlet tutorial showing you how to do a square knot, and you could just do that instead. Completely up to you. This is totally customizable. Okay, so I got a little further, and you can see it's starting to rotate. So I'm just paying attention to where I left off. I'm on this side, and I'm rotating it, because when you start spiraling, you can get the spiral as you want it, and then just keep track of where you leave off. And just continue to do that same knot over and over until we get to the other side, and I'll meet you back over there. Okay, so now when you guys rotate it yourselves, just to make sure it's like super spirally, this is what it should look like. All the way from the side we started, all the way to this side. Make sure that it goes all the way down. So I'm gonna do a few more. So let me see. I'm going to do a few more, just to make sure it's all the way to the bottom. So that way you don't see the wire. To right here, and now we're gonna tie it all in. Now with your tapestry needle, we're gonna move the two longer ones to the side and focus on the two middle ones first. So with one of the middle ones, we're gonna insert it into our tapestry needle. And we are going to, no, I don't like that too much. Okay, we're gonna run it through the middle, right below it. Okay, so insert one of them. Then with our tapestry needle, we're going to do the same thing. We are going to put it through, not that one, but we'll go through this one. Doesn't matter which one goes into which, but you want one on one side and one on the other, because then we're going to come in and knot it. So now that they're both on the insides, so this is a little harder for me to do on camera. I'm going to try my best. So we're going to do 2 knots with this middle one. 2 knots like that. 1 and then 2. And then with the tapestry needle, we're going to run these cords directly down that stitch. Okay. Once we tie this onto the sides and like assemble it, it makes it a lot stronger. Like the handle will be too flimsy. It's like an extra secureness. So let's run that one down, and we'll do the same with the other one. I'm going to go a little bit more down, but I'm just trying to insert both of them. So one on one side and the other one down the other side, like so. And then I'll put my needle back into that other one and run it more down. Okay, now that I ran those down, I'm gonna just snip it, both of those, and then it's more flush like that. And I'm gonna do the very same thing with the 2 outside cords. I'm going to attach them onto the tapestry needle, and I'm gonna run these a little more zigzag to try to hide that metal right there. So I'll go in one side, make sure it's all the cord. I'll come through the other side over here, and then I'll come back to this side, and I'll just do it like that, zigzagging around. Different sections to try to cover this better, like so. So I just do a couple on this side, and then I'll just do the same with this side. So now I took that off. I ran it through the inside, but I didn't tie it yet, so until I finish also doing the left one. So I'll just run this through and zigzag around the metal. Just, oops. And make sure you perfect example. Make sure you go directly into it where it's not pulling on any other cord. Make sure it goes in like flush. Like so, and see, now you can't really see that wire. And then from the inside, we're gonna do the same. We're gonna do 2 knots and then run the cord again down the middle. Any other stitch. Okay, so now that I tied those 2 knots, I'm gonna run this either down the same of one of those cords or down another like next door stitch. Either one works. I'm just gonna go down that same one and down the next one. Like that. And then I'll do the same with this other long one. And then once we run this down, we'll snip it and this side is done, and then I'm gonna show you what to do on the other side because we have to cover that metal as well. It will be basically the same way we did this side. Okay, so this side is all complete, no wire to be visible. This side, still wire. So let's grab, if you have enough cord from that long tail that I just cut over here, I'm gonna use that same string. So insert your tapestry needle and start from the inside. So leave a tail, and from the inside, make sure you leave a little wiggle room on this side, leave that much. And we're just gonna continue to zigzag right here. That way, down that way, up this way. Just continuing to hide the metal. Sometimes we have to go in between here too because it's right on the top. So this side, now that we covered that wire right here, we're just gonna do the same thing. Double knot on the inside. Because when we double knot, this is more secure. And then just run these down the middle. Same as the other side. To where we can't see it, but it secures it. So do that with both strings. There's one, I'm gonna do it with the other. Okay, so let's just snip that now. Snip the 2 little cords, and that's it. We have completed this large 10-inch Easter basket. Look at how beautiful that is. You guys can always adjust the handles if you need to. That's what's cool with the wire. And check it out. We are done. Look how beautiful that is. And I like to add just my logo right here, my logo leather tag. But you don't have to. You can leave it as is. But if you have one, throw it on and it'll be just as beautiful. So this is your 3-tone Easter basket. You can alter this solid, or you can make each one a different color. That would be so cool. So hope you liked it and enjoyed this video. And if you did, please like and subscribe and all that good stuff, as it helps my small channel. And I truly appreciate it. And I'd love to bring you more videos. Till then, see you on the next one.